Welcome to this edition of Mindset Profits. I'm sitting with Umam Faye, and she has promised to be very honest and share her story of the pains of going through a divorce. Some call it evil. For others, it is a release. It is freedom. I'm curious to find out what you think, and after this episode, just drop some comments. But as we are getting started, Umam Faye, welcome.
So my role here now, which I really think comes from God, is that I share my story with other women that have gone through what I've been through,
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a very lonely place to be. You lose friends, you lose family, you lose yourself actually, because you woke up one day, you have no marriage. You wonder,
What happened?
what happened? What did I do wrong? So my story comes when I got divorced.
When you got divorced or before you got divorced, leading into the divorce?
Look, I think before it was there, but you don't want to see that. Because you've got this thing that you want to have, this beautiful family, a home with your children, and this hunky-dory husband, they look at you, they said, wow, this couple, they've got it all, So you don't want to disturb that, because people look at you as the thing. And others actually look up to you. They say, hey, I also want to look like them. They don't know what happens behind the curtains, you see. So the front is always had to look beautiful, So when things start happening now, then even yourself, you go, "Ay man, what happened?" Because I thought we've got it.
So I'm curious. You went through divorce. You went through this traumatic experience.
Yes.
And decided to go around the country inspiring other women and inspiring young people to not make the same mistakes. You say the same mistakes that you were making.
Yes.
What are those?
Look.
And maybe let's just get into the story itself.
Yeah.
Because I want to help the young people that you're so passionate about helping.
I am actually. You know what happened is I'm from Kwamashu, Durban, and I'm the first, not the firstborn, I'm the second-born, but from the girls, I'm the firstborn.
Okay.
So my mom, hence my name favorite.
Uh-huh.
When she got a baby girl, for her it was like, wow, that's my favorite. And fortunately, I'm fortunate I've only got that one name. Oh. Imagine growing up Kwamashu with favorite, only name in Zulu.
And everyone else
everybody's got a Zulu name. I didn't have a Zulu name. But anyway, so I was brought up with that manufactured wife girl.
Okay.
That when you grow up in Tomazani, it does not do this, Tomazani does not do that, So I grew up like that. Okay. So, and also those days, our parents were the ones who will guide you to be a wife, with how to be a good girl, to be a wife.
All right.
You see? So I grew up with all of that. So I never look on the other side it was like. As a result, my husband was my high school boyfriend, for that matter.
All right.
That was it.
That's a big deal for many people.
It is, it is. But comparing nowadays everything is flashy. So those days, Tina, we had to listen to our parents, how they want it. As a result, I remember when I had to choose my ring, I didn't even know which ring to take.
Okay.
I didn't know. My brother-in-law was there helping us choosing the ring. And he would show this ring, I would say, And then this one, I said, I didn't even have an idea of what kind of a ring. For me, is that I was getting married, period. So that's why I'm saying, comparing those days and nowadays, these young girls, they've got all the opportunities and chances of doing the right thing. Not taking away the good way of bringing up a girl. And also to behave in a marriage how you're supposed to. Because I'm not taking anything away from my mother. She did a very good job. with me.
Do you think the grounding affected you in how you treated yourself or how you
Yes.
carried yourself in the
How
marriage?
I carried myself in the marriage, even how I carried myself after the marriage. Because
How
I'm
though?
still content. I'm not everywhere. I'm not trying new things that I've never done before. I'm not exploring things that because now I'm single, so I can just do. No, that grounding for me, I really thank my mother for that because it has sit with me that I don't honestly. As a result, others, they said, lo, we are jail, But not knowing that my telling, it has helped me a lot in my journey, with the one that I'm in now. Because after my divorce, and that was over 40 years of marriage, by the way.
Hi, ma'am.
So you see now,
Hi, ma'am.
you see where I'm getting at now.
40 years.
40 years.
No, the question everyone will have is 40 years is a long
It's
time.
a very long time.
To let
yes.
go of.
Yes. Yeah. But the secret in that is that you still have this thing that, let me try my best. Let me make it work for my children, for the society, for my family, for my in-laws, for the pressure is there also. As I said, we were a very good looking couple, I must say.
Okay.
So everybody might look at us and say, wow, I want to be like them. You understand? I don't think that was what my husband saw.
Okay.
For him, he was just a husband, so he's got a wife, so what? What's the big deal about it? As a result, if you as a gentleman say, hey, but you've got a beautiful wife, he will say, I know. Like, don't tell me something that I know. I mean, really now.
Okay.
He wouldn't take that as a compliment.
That all sounds like a beautiful picture still, even as you're saying that. So I'm wondering what would take you that far. Is it something that you share in the seminars?
I do.
What causes divorce?
What causes divorce is complimenting each other. You compliment. I know I was complimenting my husband. That I can die for it now. Because I did everything that will please him. You understand? But I didn't get that in return. You understand? And then now you will think, maybe I didn't do it right. Let me try another way of doing it. You try, and you're not getting anything to compliment your effort. You understand? And instead, you hear that from outside. Other people are saying, oh, wow. You understand? And you wonder, but I'm doing this for you, honey. Now, why can't you see what I'm doing? Coming to my singing, I've been singing from...
Yeah, you've released the song.
I've singing from being in lower primary school all my life. Even that, he never supported me there. Instead, I will be singing. He would like to see me singing in family events and stuff. Then also when I'm there, I must tell the people that I'm his wife because he must get that. You understand? But I don't get that from him. You understand?
What are you saying about men there?
I'm saying men, they don't see what they have in front of them until it's gone. And they don't appreciate the effort that we do as women to please our men. Because I did not want to get married just to divorce. For me, that was it. I have 3 children, so I wanted to grow like I'm 64 now. So I wanted to grow with my grandchildren, which are only, by the way, I've got 8 grands. So that was my dream. But it was like my only dream.
You were dreaming, having that dream alone.
Alone. We were not together in that dream.
You're a coach now. Have you checked on love languages?
Not really.
Something about you doing your best to show someone that you love them.
Yeah.
But that's not the language that they understand when it comes to how they want you to show them the love. So you will do it in a way that you believe is working.
Yeah.
When to him they don't see it. Don't you think that could have contributed as well? To say maybe you didn't get to understand each other at a level of how he wants you to be and how you want him to be.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't understand what your expectations were. You know the mistake that
what happens there is that you guys don't communicate.
But there's 2 of us in the relationship.
Yes. Now, I'm very vocal. I will say things, and then you say, and that's it. So now I can't read what I'm saying. It reaches where I want it
What
to
the
reach.
means.
You see, because the does not give me the answer that I want. Because the if it's open, it will make me see that this is not what I'm expecting. This is what I want it to go. You will give me a feedback of saying, oh no, listen, honey, maybe let's do it this way. But if you say and yang zwile, that's it. So for me, I take it, okay, or maybe I did the right thing here. You understand? Meantime, it did not go down well with you. You understand? Unfortunately, I don't want to dwell on my husband more than it, because now it will be like, you understand?
Bashing.
Yeah. But I'm saying he was a very reserved, what do you call it, introvert?
No, introverted.
Yes.
Actually, the reason why I was asking that way, I was trying to keep things balanced.
Yeah.
To say sometimes you can get on a platform and say why you believe the divorce happened, and not realize that you're saying it from your side, but he also has his side of the story.
Definitely, I know he must have had something that he must say. He can
And
say.
he will have some things that he was displeased with
Yeah.
for him to get to the point of divorce that maybe you might not truly appreciate.
Yeah.
It was there counseling in the middle.
So
and
many,
people who
we
try.
grew up from church. So churches,
Oh.
we pray until we pray no more. You go to this one and you go to that one, they all fast with you, they do all the things. But now, again, if you both not into that, it still won't work. Because I know for the fact that I was 150% into that. Because I wanted my marriage to work. I remember there was...
So you're saying that can be a cause of
It
counseling
can be
not
a cause
working.
of counseling not working fully,
If
because
only
it's
one
been
of the
taken
parties-
by, he's there because we are in the counseling. Okay, now like I'm talking. So now say yours, you understand? But you said yeah or yes. Those those you wouldn't be able to utter anything. As always, okay, fine. Maybe I was wrong, and I'm very good in apologizing. I was very good in apologizing. I'm sorry, I did this because I was upset. And then he said, okay, fine. But that fine, I don't know what it means that he's forgiving me or what. So that's what I'm saying, that I don't want to dwell too much on that, but I want to share what happened after divorce.
Okay, let's get there. That's the lesson that brought you here.
Yes, yeah.
And that's the lesson that you want people to take away.
Yes,
So what happened?
Okay. I went into such a deep depression.
Ooh.
Yeah, for 2 years actually. Oh, I was sick. I was taking all the tablets you can think of. Working in the hospital.
Do you remember them by name?
As long as it was a tablet, I didn't even want to care what does it mean. So as long as I'm taking something to suppress this depression. But anyway, and I lost my friends. I felt alone.
Why would you say you lost your friends? Did they leave or you stopped reaching out?
Look, first of all, I stopped reaching out because I felt ashamed and embarrassed that we had this picture. And now I never share the other things. So people, they always see this beautiful couple. But also, that was not really an issue per se, but I felt like, I was like, God, where are you now? Why are you allowing this to happen after such a long time fighting for this marriage, Because we are always having ups and downs. That was not just a once-off thing. It was always there within the 40 years until I get to a point to say, oh, yeah, that's an honest reason. I just got tired of fighting.
How was it like for you signing to say it's over?
I nearly died.
When
Because
signing,
first of all, the word divorce was another torture for me. I couldn't utter the word divorce. How can you say that? Divorce? But you know what was a traumatic experience for me is when we went to Randburg court. My goodness. I've never seen a court in my life before. Okay? I see it on TV, Malema doing whatever. That's all I've seen. So now I'm there now. There's this lady who's a security who looks beautiful. Now you have to ask for him, why are you here for, and then they will tell you that which door to go in, whatever. I didn't even know there are so many doors inside. I thought now that I'm here, I will just go in. This lady said, divorce, room number 2. I'm thinking, everybody now
can see why we are here.
Everybody can see now that and that took everything away from me. Okay? We went in, even inside, my goodness, guys, don't take us there. That alone for me was a total trauma. Anyway, after that, so we were like, I could not even read what the document is saying. I couldn't understand. I was just signing wherever I need to sign. You understand? But at the end of the day, when I went through the deep depression now, I didn't want to talk to nobody. Because for me, I was like, how can he put me through such?
Through the divorce, or you mean through your life?
Through the whole trauma of divorce now, going to court and do all those funny things. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, so the worst part was when now I could not even do my bed.
Oh.
I could not do nothing.
What was your daily routine like?
Look, I work. So you wake up in the morning, you do your bed, you put your makeup on, vroom, go to work, you laugh with me as a talkative person, I greet everybody at work. So they know this Mom Faye. You understand? So that's the type of a person I am. Now I have to put up with that, knowing that I'm dying inside. Because people, they don't know that I can't even share with them that this is a thought. They're still treating me with the same way they used to treat me. They're not knowing that I'm going through a down valley here now. But
you didn't tell the colleagues?
I was so ashamed, believe you me. It was it was like I was caught maybe doing something with somebody. That's how embarrassed I was, And I always say, I thank God that this happened when my mother passed on already, because she was also going to die. Because she used to see us as this, and for her it was a pride of having her girl, she's married, she's got kids, she's got a home.
She grew up the right way.
The right way.
And did the right thing.
Exactly. But to cut the long story short, so my testimony started when this lady,
depression.
A friend of mine, the depression, I dealt with it in a very... I think it was God more than anything, because I know that I didn't have any energy.
What do you mean it was God?
He brought this girl, she phoned me to say, Faye, remember the song you wrote? I said, That was how many years ago? 10, 20 years ago. And she said, can you send that song to me? I want to record it. I said, gosh, really now? Do you know what I'm going through? Now I must sing on the phone. I didn't even know how to do that. Thank God for my granddaughter. She's the one who recorded me, and I sent it to her. She recorded the song. She did everything. That was the only thing that really made me wake up.
The song woke you up?
I'm telling, not the song. The thought of having my song being recorded.
Wow.
That I will be able now to sing, because I've been singing all my life. It's my passion. But I have never ever get the chance of having a song that this is Faye's song is all, you understand? That's all I wanted that, but it didn't happen because I was married. Okay. But anyway, so she took it. She's in New Zealand, Dando. She left
Have
to
you ever
Johannesburg.
asked her what made her think of you and think of the song?
Because she was, I didn't ask her that, but because we were in the same praise and worship group in my previous church. So we used to do some song items together. So now she started this project of recording and producing songs and stuff. Then she thought of my song, because it was a hit in my church. Then she said, man, let me just do this song. My goodness, the song says, Lord, I can feel. I felt God. Honestly, I felt God. I remember the day when we had to go and record the song now. She booked the studio and everything for me. I woke up with a sore throat. Oh, gosh, now I'm not going to sing. I woke up with a sore throat. And now my granddaughter said to me, Gogo, let's pray. Here's the salty water gargle. I gargle and everything. And I'm ready now. I've put on my gear and makeup on and everything. I'm ready to go, but now I don't have a voice. And I'm thinking, okay, how is this going to happen? But anyway, eventually we went. When you got there, record the song, done everything, the guys asked me, Mom Faye, did you ever done this before? Because it went very well. I was like, can only one person who can tune that voice.
Because you know what it was like in the morning.
Yes, he tuned my voice. My single is out there. People can download it on YouTube.
We'll put a link to it as well.
Yes. So everything is there.
If I challenge you to sing a line that is your favorite in the song, is the voice there now?
My voice is forever there if you ask me to sing. Don't ask me to
I just
talk.
want your favorite line in the song.
You gave me a second chance. You brought me liberty. Showed me in different ways how you love me.
Oh,
you know
you're
that
taking
line.
me to church now. Hey, okay.
That line, it literally means the second chance that God gave me of pursuing my dream of being a singer, because that has been my dream forever, but I never got an opportunity.
Would you say marriage limited you?
At all cost, which
What's
was
the
not
lesson?
supposed to be. It was supposed to support while I'm being a wife, supportive wife and everything. Also look at my interest. That I know my wife loves singing. Support me, Baba.
Okay.
You won't lose anything.
But
because
what's
at
the
least we're
lesson?
together there.
What's the lesson you're giving to young girls or even young men who are getting into marriage then?
You know, I always talk to my girls to say, put yourself first. Put yourself first. Because that was my biggest mistake. I put my marriage first. I put my children first. My husband was my king. And I forgot who Faye is. What Faye likes. A little thing out of that, even the cooking. I had to learn to cook things because I want to please. And I would change spices, change diet, change this and that, because I'm a very simple person. From Kwamashu, Sazupu, Tunjetina, no bodies. But to spice it up, I would learn how to do things. So what I'm saying is that it's not bad. It's not something wrong to do that. But don't forget who you are. Because that's what happened to me. I forgot who Faye is.
I'm listening to both statements, and I prefer the last one, to be honest. Because put yourself first, sometimes there's people that can misinterpret it.
Yeah.
And make themselves like, I am the only important person in the relationship, and disregard the interests of others. But when you're saying don't forget yourself in the relationship, I think that's a very powerful lesson.
Yeah, because you know what, as I said, we always try to please somebody else. But now, in these cases now with these young girls, for them it's like more of looking, what's the word? Of looking good, glamorous, and what have you, and then you forget your role at home as a wife, what you're supposed to do.
That can happen.
Yes, that can happen. Well, that's where now the balance gets wrong. Because when you get home, I always tell my girls that when you get home, you are a wife, you are a mother of whatever. So that role, you will not compromise with anything. You understand? It has to be your role. Your husband has to play his role as the husband as well. But now, in this nowadays, everybody says, so what's your problem? You understand? Now I chop onions, now I'm chopping tomatoes. You understand? So that's when now everything goes haywire. You understand? But in our case before, we were taught differently. You understand? But unfortunately, as time goes, we are living in a world where now we all has to work. You understand? But when I come back from work, I know that I'm not the person I am at work. Now I'm at home.
I'm a wife.
My husband, I'm a wife now. I've got my children. As a result, I never had a helper to look after my children. Because at home, my mother used to say that, 5 of you, and then I must get someone to look Anya. You do that, you do that, you do that. So I was brought up, I'm coming from that background. I never ever had a helper. I used to handle things myself. My girls, I taught them everything. If they don't want to do anything now, it's because they don't want to do, not because they don't know.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm saying that role of being a mother and being a wife still remains in the home.
All right,
But
so,
now, the problem, it's you guys.
Okay.
Now the problem lies with you guys to acknowledge, Baba, that my wife, she does her role. Yes, it might not be perfect, but at least she does her role. Let me do my role. Acknowledge. Women, we are very easy.
Help the guys. How do we acknowledge?
We are very easy. My
Okay.
pastor on one Sunday, he said, you know when you say to a woman, I love you. Woo, Baba. You haven't said anything else behind it. You just say, I love you. Oh, Pega. You understand? But now that I love you must accompanied by, will you marry me? You understand? That's what Pastor put it there too. And I said, we are very simple, guys. Acknowledge me with a little thing, even if you see that, they say, but said, my wife, I love you. That's why I love you, because you can make such a mistake. That means a lot to a woman. We don't want Komiso Cricket, don't buy me a BMW. I won't be able to drive it anyway.
Hey, some girls will say, I got your mama the BMW. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying, that now, this is the girls that are out there. But the girls that us, as the older generation, need to bring up is that the materialistic things don't matter. What it matters is your family. How you groom your family. You understand? How you take care of your husband. How you take care of your children. How you bring up your girls.
And yourself.
And yourself. Look presentable. You understand? You know, at work, they keep on saying, Mom, fair, jail. Getting Ganyam. The only thing that you need to say is that, Ma, you look beautiful. That's all. Don't say you're jail. Because logo jail, it's what me, I want to feel and how to look like. It gives me that confidence. You understand? But now if I'm going to walk like I don't know where I'm going, till we were told, you understand? So all of those
you
things,
even hit the face.
Yeah, all of those little things, guys, they are being minor there now. Our girls, they don't take that as, well, I don't think they don't know it. Because we have taken the seat back to say, hey, now there's TV, there's Instagram, there is TikTok, there's all of it. They look at that and they take things from there. That's a TV. They get paid, those people. It's not the reality of life.
You said in your song, the very beautiful line that you sang, that God gave you a second chance.
Yeah.
Why were you calling life after divorce a second chance?
Because it has brought this Faye, happy Faye. It has brought me to explore things I always wanted to do. As you can tell, I can talk the whole day. Mm-hmm. For me, that's what I love to do. Talk to people, reach out to people. Now, when you are in a marriage, there are some boundaries, there are places that you cannot go. And that's free self-expression. Mm-hmm. You know? Some of the things that time I wouldn't have said them here, no. The way I'm putting it now. Because I'm going to figure why so I could hear the voice before I can start saying that I'm correct, I'm saying it's wrong. And I said, so now, that's why I'm saying that was my second chance, because after everything that went bad, God gave me something that really makes me feel like it was not that bad. Okay. You understand? Because now I'm back to life again.
Would you get married again?
Khalil. Honestly speaking, I don't have any problem with getting married. Yeah. Married for me is still something, because as a child of God, I believe that families build a church. So if there's no family, so there's no church. So where are we going to worship God? So for me, that's how I take it. But that's in my space right now, I'd rather do what I'm doing now, because for me, it's fulfilling everything that I wanted to do.
Inspire and help the young generation.
And the young generations. Because if I get into another relationship now that combine me, there are so many things which are also not wrong, which is because you are now in this category now. This is how you should do things and how you behave. You understand? But now, in this now, whew, I can imagine to go to say I'm going to do my podcast and then my boss signed leave. I wouldn't have done that. You understand? So now I have a choice, you know, of where I want to be. Next week, I mean, on the 23rd, I will be attending another women's conference in Germiston. I'm invited there. You understand? So now I'm free to go and do this passion of mine of singing.
Singing and sharing
And
your
sharing
story.
my story.
Mamfe, I'm curious about one thing though. Don't you think it's just a hypothetical scenario? Don't you think someone can listen to you, see how happy you are, and they are struggling in their marriage and give up too early because they want the happiness that they
Yeah.
see you have and
Yes.
think maybe let me just give up on my marriage and go for this happiness?
Yeah.
Don't you think that can be a possibility?
It can be, but the gist there is that how are you dealing with your marriage at this stage, this stage?
Okay.
You understand? For me, it was a long journey of over 40 years. I did not give up yesterday. And not that there were no ups and downs.
You tried everything.
I've tried everything. As a result, my son, he is 7 years younger than my second daughter. You see, which gives you that there were some problems
Space.
there. You understand? But because of, as I said, my being grounded, you understand, I was still fighting to work on my marriage. Hence, I got my boy. He's 33 now. Okay? So, as I said, it was not just an overnight thing that you wake up and say, no, man, let me just quit this thing. No. You work until, as I said, to me, I got tired. I suppose the age also was there now. I didn't have any energy because, honestly, I was struggling that, what am I going to do now? My children are grown up. They're not even staying with me. You understand? Now I was staying with my husband. Now he's gone, and then what? What am I going to do in this big house? You understand? There was a lot of regret. You understand? But not bad regret that maybe I can take him back or something. No. It was a regret of saying, after all of these guys, now I'm alone. Hi, Suga. Life is very unfair. You know? And you know what was even worse?
Yeah.
When I told my children that now, guys, I'm divorcing your dad. Lalela. They said, Ma, Tina, we divorced Baba a long time ago. I nearly had a heart attack. I said, excuse you? They said, yeah. It's because when you were there, we were there because you were there and you wanted to be there. You were always calling family this, family that, family this. Minaga, as I said, I'm from a very old way of table. We set the table, we sit on the table, all of us. Because family was family. You understand? Meantime, they could see the cracks. That the cracks were there.
Did you know they
Uma,
could see? Or
you look, I think I was like, I can see, they see, but don't say, hey, mind your own, by window, yabo. I was still saying, not that I couldn't see. I could see that they see there's some cracks. I remember my son one day, he said to me, when I'm a teen, at first second, you know. Ow! Yeah, because he could see that there were some, he was growing up now. So he could see that there were some other things happening. And I said, you understand? So I'm saying, they could see the cracks, you see. But now I did not want to see that they see the cracks because I was still fighting for this marriage.
for parents that are going through that tough time and probably divorce is not far, what advice do you have for them in terms of managing themselves with kids around or just parenting?
First of all, I think share your issues with your children, especially when they're older. Share with them, because sometimes you can even get advice from them. Because they, at least, everybody is in the same page. They can see that, hey, who am I struggling la? And there's
How
some
that
issues
conversation
here.
start?
You share them. Listen, guys, we are not where we used to be. You could put it nicely and still protect the men, you know. Mm-hmm. We are not. There are some things that are not. But I'm striving to make things work. Because I'm telling you, they see. Even if you're trying to put the makeup on, they see that, Ma's been crying the whole night. You understand? But in terms of involving them, you preparing them that should anything happen, guys, you know that this is what I was going through. As it is now, my children, they support me at all cost. Because they've seen the journey, Uma, I hambile, to be where she said, you know? So they were like, okay, Ma, we're with you. Tell us what you want us to do. You understand? So instead of when you take that decision, for them not knowing what has been happening, then they start hating you. They said, hey, you are the one who break the marriage. You made us suffer like this and this and this. You understand? It becomes their defense mechanism to say, as much as they don't want to deal with that, but they will say, they put the blame on you, that you did not fight enough. You understand? To protect this family.
If it's just news,
If it's, yeah,
springs
just
up from
news. But
nowhere.
now, as you progress, tell them. But as I said, don't just throw everything like the way it is. Put it mildly, nicely, to say, look, guys, we are not doing good for now, but things will be fine. You understand? So that you prepare them. So that when something like this happens, then they're like, okay, we see it coming. But my children, they just say, Martina, we divorced a long time ago. That was the worst pain ever. Worst pain ever. Because for me, I'm also from a divorce family. Yeah. So I did not want my children to go through that. So hence I was really fighting that it ends there. It's not going to repeat itself. You understand? But fortunately and unfortunately, we don't have control of everything. You can control what you can. You know? Because as I said, I'm not regretting, honestly speaking. I know that I was 150% in.
All right. So I'm curious about one thing you said earlier. You said you tried everything. You tried counseling, especially at church, and it didn't.
Even outside of church.
Even outside.
Yep.
All right. I guess I can ask for 2 examples.
Yeah.
An example of something that you learned or heard or got taught or got help with from church that worked. Do you have an example of a time when you got counseling and it worked?
Look, the
What it
ones
was like?
happen in the church, they are very tricky. Because in the church, they use biblical way of doing things. Meantime, in the home, it's practical way of doing things. It's not biblical.
Okay.
When you have to chop onion, don't ask the Holy Spirit to chop the onion. You understand? So that's where the difference is. That in the church, they use everything, which is not, I won't say it's wrong, but it's how when you receive it and how you practice it in your situation. You understand? And versus on the counselors out there, they hold it the way it is.
Practical.
Then you come home, you just juggle around and say, okay, let me do this way, let me understand. You try to put it in the same situation because the issues are not the same. You understand? That issues that some guys, they go to like abuse relationship, the way they get being boxed every day. I wasn't boxed. You understand? But the relationship was not where it was supposed to be.
So you got better help outside of the church.
I got better help out of the church because also in the church, the Bazalwane will say, we will pray with you. And you expect to hear that prayer. But now if I say to you, Andy, I'll pray for you, don't stress. I'll pray for you. That's what happens there. You understand? There's no genuine in it. You understand? Meantime, the practical way, they said, okay, tell us what's the story. Hoi. Then you. I ended up going to the therapy by myself because
Why?
he did not see the reason why he must open up to somebody else. That's
Did it
what
help
now
you?
you do. It did help me to cope with what was happening in the marriage. It not that it changed what was happening. It helped me to cope.
Okay.
You understand? Because things, they were still the same. I come home from the therapy. You can't expect with what you learn there, it's going to... No, it's
Immediately.
now how me as Faye cope with all of this, that it doesn't break me. You understand? Yeah. It helps you to cope. Because at the end of the day, hi guys, it takes 2 pella to tango, guys.
What stopped the medication when you got depressed? Because
Hey,
you get into
and
the
I
song.
stopped. Believe you me, till today.
How many years ago?
5 years ago. I stopped.
What got you to stop? Was it immediate after the song got released?
You know, after the song got released, I started going to places and perform my song, promoting my song. Now, I was no longer depressed in the house where I'm thinking, this house was my dream, my kitchen, you understand? No. I was now preoccupied about, what is my next event? What am I going to wear? My designer, you understand? So I'm telling you till today, I have not taken tablets. I'm only taking my chronic medication because, of course, at my age, I have a chronic. But it's not because of a depression to make me sleep or to make me forget. No. You understand? Now I'm in a stage where, believe you me, if there is this broadcast, I haven't been sleeping until today.
Okay.
Because now it's something that I'm looking forward to. You understand?
Okay.
So now, where will I get a migraine from now? There won't be no migraine anymore.
You're excited about what's coming.
You know? I'm excited about the 23rd now.
Can I
I
try and summarize what you're saying? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Are you saying one of the best cures for depression is get busy doing something you love?
That you love. That's what I said. Start with you. Yes. You know, when you go out there, do what you love. Honestly speaking, it takes everything away. Although when I had to go back now, when into my bedroom now, I'm all at myself thinking, oh, go on, Jay. But it doesn't affect me that much than before. We understand? Because now I'm like, oh, I'm happy. Next week I'm going to another. You understand? But before it was like, I'm here. What happened here? This was supposed to be my home. This was supposed. Now I'm all by myself. You understand? Aye. No, guys, do what you love to do.
Yeah, yo, Mamfe. Yeah, your story. I know it's going to touch someone. It's going to help someone, definitely.
Yeah.
You coach. Who do you coach?
Actually, I'm not there yet. Yeah. But when I got an opportunity, then I start ministering, especially to the young girls. Because as I said, Tina, we take a big seat in this whole broadcasting and whatever. You guys, you take all the young ones. You forget our stories. So now when I go out there and then I minister to women, fortunately, our women's conferences are mixed. So there is a lot of young and old, you see. The old ones, they relate more to my story because it's almost the same way. But others, they still in there struggling, not knowing what to do, you know. Then they take my story with, no, man, you can still work on it. But if it doesn't work, this does not mean also it's the end of the world. You can pick up yourself, you know, and do what you love, you know, and share your story. And your story can help somebody else who is in the same challenges, but not knowing how to get out of it, you know? And the young girls can learn from us, well, from me, that even though we are young and there's lots of flesh out there, you can still be grounded. Take your marriage as a sacred place.
Okay.
And bring up your children. You understand? Because, guys, at the end of the day, that's what God wanted. Unfortunately, the world out there is pulling us. Divorces are like every day now.
Yeah, I've seen
divorces are like every day, and so they're even making the fashion that we co-parenting with friends. Friends, there is no friend here. No, honestly speaking, that I never understand that part. That we are co-parenting and we're friends. No.
Isn't it a better outcome though? Because if divorce is going to happen, shouldn't we at least be amicable?
Look,
for the sake of the kids.
The thing is, that's what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, there was no effort there. All we see, now we are friends. We are what you call. No, don't fool yourself. Go through the journey of pain and everything that this happens to you, because that's the reality of what happened. You understand? And then, when you come out of that, you can sit in the studio with Undando like Mamfe and share your story now. This thing of we cooperating and whatever, your pain is still suppressed there. Because now you want to give this picture that everybody, they see that, Tina, we're still cool. There is no cool there, Baba. There is no cool.
So what you're referring to is more in the short term when divorce just happened. What I want to ask you, because you went there, is what do you say to parents who have divorced, but they've got kids? Because ultimately, the kids don't have to be victims of that divorce. So there has to be some things you've learned along the way about how to make kids not be the victim.
Yeah. I've got a very good example of that one. I did not even want to be in the same room with my husband when I was going through a divorce. Okay. Now I've got grands. They've got birthdays coming and all of that. And for me, it was like, no, I don't want to go there and pretend as if I'm okay. Because I was not okay. I was still dealing with the pain. That's what I'm saying, that there's no, we are friends here. You deal with the pain, that also some other things that other people won't know, which is between the two of you. You understand? Now we must show up there and look like everything is okay. No, deal with that pain first. Deal with that pain. Then after that, you'll be free. Like now, we went to my grandson's 13 years birthday last week.
Yeah.
We were all in the pool playing and we were all there. And people, they say, look at these guys now. They are like, there is a love
So
back
now you are buddies, Mus.
We are buddies.
So it
But
can happen.
It can happen, but don't fool yourself. Saying, we buddies and we co-parenting, we friends. Deal with the pain first to be free from the pain, because now you're giving a false pretense here. Hence now, other women, they go out there and want to show off that I still got it, I still got it. You understand? Meantime, we're suppressing the pain of losing a person that you spend your life with for over 40 years. And then that can be friends tomorrow? Hell no. No, there's no such. Deal with the pain, Baba. It's not a nice thing to do, but deal with it. So that out there, when that thing is out, when, I don't know how to call it, that anger and bitterness is no longer there, then you're free. You can even invite him for coffee. You can even go out and have sort. Then it's when you can talk about we friends. But you cannot just divorce today, tomorrow, and you say we friends. We came to, what do you call it now? The mutual agreement. No. There's no such.
About the song.
Yes. The first one or the second one?
You can talk about both, where people can find it. We'll put a link, but just what should they look forward to?
Okay.
When it comes to you and your singing career. And I like that you're saying you took a chance and bet on yourself, started late,
yes,
but started anyway.
Yes.
What would we look forward to?
My second single, it's called In the Middle of the Storm.
Hey.
See? Because there, things were happening. And while I'm in that, God dropped me in my spirit a song. Then I wrote that song.
So you wrote the song during divorce?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That was in the middle of the storm. Hence, I name it In the Middle of the Storm, because I was still going through some rough patch. But because of my relationship with God, and again, with not having anyone else around me, I could hear God clear without having any other voices to say, maybe do it this way. No, there was no more maybe now. It was between me and God to say, okay, Faye, I brought you into this world and I gave you the gift and the talent. What did you do with it? Then I start writing. There is a part in my song, it says, we are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and your love. I'm saying he is the Alpha and Omega, guys. Doesn't matter whether things are happening in your life. God can still build that with the same bricks. We had an old cement, and he would chop up this old cement and use the same brick to build that relationship.
Wow.
So for me, it was that. He brought back the love of singing out of all the pain and everything that happened in my life. Because now I'm telling you, I've got a third song coming. That's what I do now. You see, it was not all bad.
And it's easy now to publish them because there's YouTube, there's Spotify, there's all these platforms.
Something that I wouldn't have known, although I still don't know. I'm depending on my children. They will do everything. I still don't know how to do that. But what I'm saying is, I'm just doing it now freely, without even thinking that, what are they going to say about me, my voice, and what have you? Because as you can hear, my voice is very deep.
It is.
I'm not.
But you use it well.
I use it Faye way. I don't want to copy anybody else. I'm just using Faye way. You understand? That's me. Take it or leave it.
Thank you, Mama. I really appreciate you sharing your story.
Thank you, Dando. Honestly, sure. I've been waiting for this for too long. And when I saw you there at that healing table,
yeah,
and I was listening to all of you guys talking, I'm thinking, these guys, they have all the answers of all of what we are going through. I said, that one I need to see.
And you reached out. And here you are.
I said, that's what I have to reach out.
And here you are. So I like that you're saying we should give an opportunity to Mama or Baba to share their stories as well. And I think that's something that I will do.
Because honestly speaking, there are so many mamas out there who feel left out, who can't talk about their stuff. Because first of all, they feel that I'm too ill to talk about that. You understand?
On a podcast.
On a podcast. Bazothina abantu. Uyayibona leyo ndaba? No, ma. Go up, because that also is releasing you from the pain that you've been carrying all these years. You understand? Because that's another thing. You see now, as I said, I'm not taking any tablets anymore. I sleep when I have to sleep. I wake up when I have to wake up. You understand? But before it was heavy here. If you mboga, ngangbuta ala uyangibona sebengijingile, sebengishaya ngestim. You understand? The stigma stuck with you that you can't think anything else. You see that everybody can see that where now you are. As a result, I have to leave my previous church because I felt like everybody was talking about me now, and I had to go to another church.
After the divorce?
After the divorce, yeah. But I did it nicely. I consulted with my leaders. I told them, then listen, guys, this is a human feeling that I have. I know that is there anything that you guys did, but I'm not feeling comfortable anymore. So they released me nicely.
Hey. Yeah, no. I think I'll think of another concept. Our mama.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can come and have a couple of our mama.
Yes.
And then we get it down.
That's my ministry. That's my goal. I want to reach out to other aunties out there who are really suffering, not know what to say. Because sometimes when I do share in my conferences, you see others, they come after. They say, but how did you do it? I mean, I'm like this and this, So that means the crying out is out there, but they don't have anyone to reach out because of the stigma of you divorced. What are you going to do now? You understand? And others to suppress that, now they go out with the young guys. You see, Sufil, you understand? Aye, that's a no-no. Aye.
You've got values.
Values, Baba. You can never go wrong. Stick to your lane. Know who you are, what you're supposed to do, what you are here for. Because as far as the ministry is concerned, honestly, you can't faff around. The ministry binds you, puts you into order, you focus, you do things biblically, but in a practical way. You understand?
Thank you.
You're not using the TV.
Thank you. Thank you for hanging with us till this time. From our side, as you heard, we're going to have another session. We'll give opportunities to Mama. I'm actually curious to find what Obaba have to say as well. So come up with a lot of cool concepts around this. Super excited to be bringing it to you. But from our side, see you on the next episode. We're going to put a link to Mama's song in the video in the description, so do check it out. 2 songs now, but thank you.
Thank you, Tando.